Stop it, David. Stop lying. You lied to the court. Own it. Don't lie again. Montagraph's lawyer, how do I word this politely? His penis has inverted into his body in terror. Because Montagraph's lawyer lied about where Montagraph lived. He lied. There's no way around this. There is no fucking way around this. Montagraph's lawyer lied to the court. Period. Quote me on it, Schneider. Montagraph's lawyer and Montagraph have misrepresented where Montagraph lives. And they only misrepresented it after the fact that it became important to know where he lived. Oh, he's in Colorado. He's lying about it. That's the best part. So all of the documents are available online. And you can pull the most recent affidavit from Montagraph's lawyer where you can see his testicles sucking back up into his body because he knows the problem with it is that he lied to the court. And that lie costs a ton of money. As to what happens, I don't know. We'll have to see. Isn't it perjury? Yes. Someone, either Montagraph's lawyer or Montagraph, perjured themselves. Because not only, so in the original complaint and in the amended complaint, Montagraph's lawyer says Montagraph resides in Colorado. He resides in Colorado. Now they're saying now he lives in he resides in Illinois. It's not Colorado. It's not Colorado because they're scared as fuck of that anti-SLAPP motion. They're terrified of that. Now they say in paragraph 5, V in Roman, they say he has resided in multiple states in the U.S., including Colorado and Illinois. Now he's trying to say that he lives in Illinois currently. That's what he's trying to say now. But what they represented to the court is that he lives in Colorado, currently resides in. We file an anti-SLAPP under Colorado law with the choice of law provisions that they know are terrifying. They know that. And then suddenly, oh, no, he actually lives in Illinois. Too bad for one of them, because we got two options. We're proceeding under Colorado law, or I'm going to sanction somebody. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but that motion that was filed costs a fucking fortune. I don't know if Montagraph can pay, but you know who I think can pay for it? I think David Schneider can pay for it. And I think if David Schneider misrepresented the court where his client lives, I think he's got a problem. I think he's really terrified of that. And it's funny because my lawyer sent a nice letter to Monty's lawyer saying, hey, we'll handle this quietly. We don't have to, this doesn't have to go before the court. We can just work this out. Here's some options for you. And Montagraph's lawyer, what's he do? He tucks his dick up into his butthole and he runs to the court and says, no, I didn't lie. I didn't do it. They just misunderstood. I want everybody to remember the first thing I said when I mentioned Montagraph's counsel. The first thing, hey, I know this guy. He's a nice guy, professional. I expect him to work professionally. Guess I was wrong on that. And if you think I'm going to sit idly by while some lawyer acts a fucking cunt on me, not a chance am I going to do that. I gave him every benefit of professionalism and professional courtesy. And every single step of this case, he's been acting like a complete disaster. So I'm 100% going to call him on it. Every time he does it, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to put it in a video. However long you've been following the channel, you know this about me. The one thing I hate about lawyers is when they act the way the public thinks that they act. When lawyers act like garbage, when lawyers act like shysters, when they act like trash, when they lie, when they're deceitful, and when they're nasty. That's the one thing I hate about lawyers the most. And what does he do? Straight out of the gate, from jump. You know what else he says, by the way? You know what else? He put this in his affidavit. Montagraph is in Illinois hiding from my agents. That's right, my agents who are following him, going to his house, photographing him, and posting it on the internet. Monty has not been doxxed. I want to be very clear on that. As far as I have seen on the internet, Montagraph has never been doxxed. No one knows where this guy lives. I don't even know where he lives. They're flat out fucking lying. This is insane. So I'm going to put a call out. I'm going to do it on the next couple shows. And if any of you feel like this, if any of you know this or whatever, feel free. If you don't, please do not. Do not. If this is not true, if you don't know this, please do not. But I am looking for people who knew of Montagraph before I talked about him and who would be willing to sign an affidavit. So I'm gonna do that. If you are here and you knew of Montagraph, like I said, only if you 100% knew of Montagraph before I ever mentioned him or before you heard me mention him or anything like that, and you're willing to put that down in an affidavit, which means you'll have to like say who you are and the county where you live. Okay, you wouldn't have to give your actual address, but who you are, the county where you live or whatever. If you're willing to do that, please email me. And you'd be an affidavit is signed under penalty of perjury. Okay, so and if we can get some of those some affidavits or whatever, I'd really appreciate it. The email address is rekietalaw@rekieta.org. Because here's the thing. One thing I have never done to anyone, and specifically never done to Montagraph, I have never in my life asked for a single person to go to anyone. In fact, what I almost always ask is that people never contact anyone I ever talk about. But they're trying to run to the court. They're like, oh, he's in hiding because of mean, evil Nick Rekieta. Mean, evil Nick Rekieta? Like, what did I ever do to any? Like, just laughed at you. That's it. That's all I've ever done to any. That's the worst thing I've done to anybody is laugh at them. Maybe say a rude comment or two. Or 50,000. Times a million. Okay, anyway, look, I'm rude on occasion. Montagraph is harassing, doxing, and stalking my followers. Is that true? By the way, if that's true, and you have an affidavit on it, please let me know. If anyone's willing to sign an affidavit on that, they've been doxed by Montagraph. And if you've already been doxed, please do. One of Montagraph's moderators emails several people I know every single day. Every single day. As far as Montagraph doxing, personally, I haven't seen it. But that doesn't mean I miss a lot of stuff. So if that's true and that's a real thing, then I would be very, very interested in what's going on with that. But right now, my target is not Montagraph. My target is David Schneider. Because I swear to God, that guy lied right to the court. See, here's the annoying part, guys. Do you know why I hired Randazza? Because I could have done this. I could have done the whole thing by myself. It's a Minnesota defamation case. It's not crazy. I could represent myself. I know you shouldn't represent yourself, but lawyers do it a lot, honestly. And I could have done it. I could have saved myself, tens of thousands of dollars. I could have made money, literally made money on the lawsuit by just representing myself and going on streaming all the time. Cost me nothing. Type the documents on camera. Who cares, right? That would have been great. It would have been great content. Not even joking. But I said, that's a meme. Instead of that, I'm going to hire some of the best people in the country to do this and not do the meme. and not be an asshole and not play around. And now I got this shit to deal with. So, anyway, that's what you get for taking the high road sometimes, I guess. I don't want, like, I really didn't want this to be a circus. I didn't want it to be a fiasco. I just wanted to get rid of it. Like, it's fun to talk about other people's lawsuits, right? But I've said a million times on the show, no one wants to be in a lawsuit. It's stressful. It's nonsensical. It's a waste of your time. It's an emotion dump. It's a money pit. There's no good lawsuit. They don't exist. I mean, literally, when you think about this, think about what's in this lawsuit. I'm being sued for defamation, and they put in the lawsuit because I called him a retard appointed to me by the Americans with Disability Act Enforcement Division, run by the Department of Homeland Security. They put that in the lawsuit as if that were anything other than hilarious. Like, they put it in there. Like, it's an obvious frivolous lawsuit. It's obviously a slap. And this should be a lesson to everybody out there that, one, it's a lesson that I won't learn, I'm sure. But two, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter anything. The American legal system is set up so that someone can fuck with your life if they want to. Period. There's no threshold that you cross. There's no beyond the pale thing that you do. Someone can just do this. They could just do it. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. The only question is, how much at that point are you going to pay? Do I know anything about the judge over my case? I know a ton about the judge over my case. I'm not going to talk about it yet. I'm not going to say anything about this judge yet. I've practiced before this judge on multiple occasions. But I'm not commenting publicly on the judge unless there would be some reason to do so, which would be something in the future or whatever. Was that a threat? No, it's just there's a hypothetical future in which I talk about the judge. I don't know what that would be. I don't have anything particularly negative to say about the judge or anything. I don't know. I know the judge in the sense that I have practiced before this judge. Let me lay something out here. If people don't know, my lawyer contacted Monty's lawyer and said, your complaint, he said this nicer, I'm sure, your complaint is garbage. It's legally deficient. It is not able to sustain a cause of action, and we're going to oppose it. Would you like to take the opportunity to amend it to correct the deficiencies before we file our opposition? Remember, my response was due at the end of January. And we did not file at the end of January. That's because my lawyer contacted his lawyer and said, your complaint is legally deficient. And his lawyer said, yeah, we're going to amend that. So we'll go ahead and do that first. We'll amend the complaint and then you respond. He had the opportunity to correct this deficiency. Montagraph's lawyer chose to keep in there that Montagraph currently resides in Colorado. Now he's saying, well, I knew he was in Illinois, but I didn't know he planned to not go back to Colorado. Stop it, David. Stop lying. You lied to the court. Own it. Don't lie again. Don't lie. Don't lie to the court. Stop fucking lying. Try making our profession look not like assholes for 2 seconds. Only email me if 2 things are true. 1, you knew of Montagraph before I talked about him. And 2, are willing to sign a sworn affidavit under penalty of perjury about Montagraph. If both of those conditions are correct, please email me. A sworn affidavit will have you at least probably talking about the state that you live in. your real name. If you don't want to disclose your real name, if you don't want to disclose the state you live in, please do not send me anything. I'm not looking for people to dox themselves. I'm not looking for any of that, because if you're willing to do these things, you will be filing an affidavit in a publicly accessible lawsuit. And I know some people do not want that information out there. And I'm not asking anybody to do anything like that at all. Okay? Not on my agenda, not what I want to do. I'm looking to nail down a couple affidavits for this. So if people will do it, fantastic.